It is. Good morning, everyone. I was sitting at the back of the room and I was feeling like an old fart. Listening to all the people on the stage who have been, who are born, let's say, in this economy and who are living it. I think that being a CEO of a big company like Castorama, I realize even more than in the past few months how far we were from this economy and from this kind of spirit. Probably some of you are asking themselves why I'm here today. And I will, in a very simple words, tell you why. Because as a CEO of a big company, I have two reasons for that. Because Castorama is big enough to be part and to change the landscaping of what is happening in France around this economy. And this for two reasons. First, and I'm not putting my slides, you know, I will miss. Sorry. And this for two reasons. First, because we have 12,000 employees who live, who work, who vote, and who consume in France. And secondly, because we have 53 million people who dare to improve their homes and are coming to our stores. The world is changing, as you know, at the pace of internet, the media which has transformed it in the last 30 years. And for us, big company, we don't have the same velocity that you have in startups. It's something that we need to take into consideration. The last 40 years, we had major demographic changes, such as population mobility, population aging, urbanization. And as a consequence, the difference between the social classes is increasing. The situation is not improving, and people are not optimistic about the future, especially the young population, which are not believing anymore in the current system. I think what we need to understand, and we've understand as a big company, is that it's not a crisis. It's not a crisis. You know, I'm spending time in meetings when we are talking about the market, about the fact that it will recover, the fact that it's just a phenomenon which won't last. That's not the truth. We all know in our heart that it will last and it will continue. So there is no solution. We have to change. I think that this fact that it's not a crisis, everybody knows it. And the thing is that people are no longer trusting, let's say, the old institution, the old way of governance to solve the issues. And as they do, I really believe that companies could play a big role now. I think it's obvious that, and I don't know if they are, I imagine they are, politicians in the room. They are not the solution anymore. People don't think that they will be the solutions. On the contrary, people think that companies can help. Because as a company, we are dealing, and us as Castorama, we are dealing with millions of people who want to improve their homes. And those people, we can do something with them. We can do something to help them. To do that, and that's a big challenge for such a big company, because you know we are called retailers, and Castorama today is a retail company, which means, and you were discussing, you were talking, it's not about gift economy, it's not about exchanging things to another, it's about selling stuff. And that's our core business. We've been doing that for the last 45 years. So if we want to move into that direction, we need to switch from being a retailer to being an home improvement-centric company. And I think that doing so, we will get much more than customer, which make me optimistic about the fact, even it can feel very, very far from what we are doing today, it makes me very optimistic about the fact that it will bring a lot to the company, and it will bring a lot to the company, to the employees of the company, but to the customers as well. The issue is, and believe me, I'm feeling it, and she said very nicely, the girl who presented me, that I've been looking to all of these for a year. In fact, it's much less than a year. I think I've been looking at all of that for, you can count it in weeks. But I think very quickly I measure first, the reality, and when I was discussing, there is 40 people of Castorama in this room today who wants to understand, who wants to learn what are we talking about. But I remember the first time when I started to talk about that with 2 or 3 people within the company of what I did. I went with Fabrice, which was helping me to learn about this word. We went to a Fab Lab in Nanterre on a Friday evening till 11 in the evening. We went to visit lots of people which are in this room today. And believe me, the first time when I brought 2 or 3 people with me, we were sitting in the train back to Lille, because our company is based in Lille, and we say, there is a word which is existing that we don't know and that is growing. And believe me, even if I'm today managing a company of 12,000 people, and to share that, it looks like it's something you would never imagine. So it's a big revolution. So as she said when she presented me, for you, for the people who were talking on the stage, of course, you've been, it's your DNA. For us, it's not our DNA. Our DNA is to transact with people, is to sell stuff to other people. And the rest, we care? Not sure. So I think for us, the challenge is to go from a consumer society to a collaborative society. We are used to talk in the business world about being a B2B company, about a B2C company. I don't think those words are meaningful anymore. I think company needs to move to a edge-to-edge company, which means human to human, and I think that's the future. So we need to come from individualism, consumerism, to sharing and collaborative economy. I think what is important is this will create a complete revolution about the way we do our old strategy. We've put on this slide our internet strategy. Of course, first of all, it will impact our internet strategy. More deeply, it will impact the whole strategy of the company. When you start to do that, you can think that, okay, but it's not already too late. I don't think it's too late. I think it's the right moment to do it now, because we are facing the second internet revolution, and the second internet revolution is our chance to change. Because, and let's be honest, we miss completely the first one. We miss it. As retailers, we miss it. We were not aware. The most innovative, let's say, retail company, and when I'm talking, of course I'm talking about Castorama, but I'm talking about the whole retail sector. The most innovative from the retail sector, what they did, their idea was, let's sell stuff on the internet quickly. And that was the plan, and it has been the plan. We've been, us, a retailer, like a rabbit caught in the headlights. That's the way we were. So and as I said, most innovative, it was about selling stuff. During this time, meanwhile, somebody reinvented the whole industry by building, let's say, I won't be very nice, sweatshop to pack and send some stuff to customers. We don't want, and we won't, but we don't want to copy Amazon. That's not the point. I don't think that's the point for the whole retail industry. Because I don't think that what Amazon has created is really the final barrier of what internet can bring us as a society and as a company. We have people. I think as a retailer, and Castorama, I will talk more for Castorama today, we have people. And I think what internet, you can think as a retailer, you can think at all that is strengths, you know, what is weaknesses, it will make you weaker. I don't think that's the case. I think that's an opportunity, because what we have, and that lots of others don't, is we have people. We have people, and I think internet will force us to requalify, to change the relationship between the people that we have in the store and the people that we have, our customer, let's say, the people who want to improve their homes. And the fact that you can transact by internet, you don't need store anymore, will forces us to change that. I think what we need to do is really to, and as you say, it won't be transactional anymore. Look at that picture. It's a selfie that people are taking. It's very new. It was the birthday. It was a kind of a commercial operation in Castorama a few days ago. And people from the store and people and customer, they are taking selfie together, which means that even in a store, the relationship is changing because our people needs to be passionate and needs to be sharing their passion for home improvement, for DIY. They need to help people to improve their home, because that is our purpose. Our purpose is not just to sell stuff to people. Our purpose is to help as many people as we can in France and in the world, because I'm part of the Kingfisher Group, which is a worldwide company, to improve their homes. And as everybody knows in this room, do you know even one house, apartment, whatever it is size, whatever you are owning it or you are renting it, which is perfect? All of you, you have problems in your home. Why you are not doing it? For money reason? Because it's too complicated? Because you don't have the time? You have many, many reasons not to do. We have today 12,000 people in our store who can help those people to realize, to make this happen, to make it happen. There is something else that I would like to share with you about Amazon, which is the economic model of Amazon. Though they are, it's quite. I was quite, I wouldn't say upsetted when I saw that survey, but I don't know if you know that, but Amazon is the favorite brand of French people. I'm still not understanding why. I will probably one day. But what I would like to say about that is that from an economic model point of view, they are not making any profit because, as you know, they are reinvesting everything. But what I can tell you is they are very little number of employees compared to their turnover. And if you compare that to the retail industry, and I take the Castorama example, which I know, but it's true for all the retail industry, we are employing much more people compared to our turnover, and it will last. I would say, and I wouldn't be very politically correct, I have, as a CEO of a big retail company, we have very often the impression that people don't like us. We are the sort of the old industrial world. We are, I will say it in French because I don't say it in English, but we are the one who are now employees, the new proletariat. And so people don't like us. And because as well we are making profit, we are making money, and that's true. But anyway, we are employing a lot of people. I will say another thing which is really not politically correct, which is about the Sunday opening. It creates value. It is why we don't want to open on Sunday because we want to make more money. We want to open on Sunday because there are a lot of people, especially around Paris, who can't go to our stores during the week, and because we are helping people to earn more money, so it creates value around that. And by doing that, we are employing more people. And as a retail industry, we are big employers, and we want to employ more people, and we want that last. And on the contrary, we were talking about Amazon. They are open. You can order product 7 days a week, 24 hours, 24 hours. We need to wake up. This is the world we are living in. And if everybody, the government, the politician, and all the administration around it don't realize it as we are, and I'm not saying that it's easy, we will die. So I think our issue really is, I was talking about the people, I was talking about the number of people that we have. It's our asset, it's our main asset. I really mean what I'm saying. The 12,000 people that are working in Casto is the main asset of Castorama. But today we are not making the most of those people, we are not making the most of those talents. And if we want, we have really to move and to flip to change from a consumer society to being a consumer-centric. What does that mean? I think, and I wanted to say as well something that I don't think marketing doesn't mean anything anymore. That's a word which has been, you know, governing the last 20 years. It doesn't mean anything anymore. I think we will take the most advantage of our people. We will let them share all their talent. If we break the barrier, there is no longer, if we shake the barrier, which is customer, employees, prospect, tradesmen everywhere. We want to create a big community around people who want to improve their homes, whoever they are, whatever they are doing. And I think that's really key. I think, again, to be human-centric and home improvement-centric is to talk about the competencies of people. We have everywhere, and it's not you are working in a store, so you need to know, and you are a customer that you don't know. I think that's what internet has changed. That's how internet has changed the world. You have customers who know more than the people who are working in our store, and the other way around. So the interesting thing in the collaborative economy is how you put everybody together, how you can make them working together in order to grow the market. And when I say growing the market, of course it's growing the turnover, let's be fair, you know, but it's as well growing the number of people who are doing some things in their homes, and doing so who will be living better. So that's the interest, and really break down, and in our activity, you know, DIY has been the DIY industry, and when I'm talking about Casto, but I'm talking about Leroy Merlin as well. I think there are some people from Leroy Merlin in this room today. We've been, those companies have been creating, saying that, you know, before nothing was transparent, which was another type of evolution. Nothing was transparent, the prices were not transparent, people were buying behind the counters. And now, and we're creating the DIY to make everything affordable to everybody. And now we need, again, to do the second step of this revolution, which is to say everything needs to be available to everybody. So it's easy to say, and trust me, I think it will be difficult to do, and I'm still experiencing it. One of the things, to move Castorama, we need to leverage, to go to that, to make this, this strategy real, we need really to leverage the collaborative economy. So, what do we want to do? We want to build an ecosystem with all the people I was talking about, with people with their knowledge, with their experience in terms of home improvement, but as well whoever they do, whatever they are tradesmen, whatever they are people who are doing home improvement without being like kind of unofficial tradesmen, because there are many people who are doing that, whatever they are customer, whatever they are makers, doers, so people who know whatever doing anything, as well as somebody who never did any DIY or any improvement, but just want to buy a lamp, because it's the start. And we want to create an ecosystem with those people. What we will do is we will facilitate sharing. We will facilitate interaction between those people. We will help them to learn, to build their knowledge around home improvement. We will help them to share their project, because as I was saying, and you know that, that the most difficult thing is to think about how I will make that happen. You want to do a bathroom, you want to do a kitchen, you want to change the, to extend your home, to put a room, an additional room. And the most difficult thing is you don't know how to do it. And I think there is a potential for people to share what they've been experienced and to share it with the other. And believe me, we did a very good experience. We started, because we haven't finished yet, an experience with the people in Castorama. We did it for the time being with 250 leaders of the company. Each of us, we've been to a customer homes, like a journalist. We asked them what was their project of home improvement, without any judgment, without bringing any solution, just to discuss with people. Do you like your home? What would you like to improve? What are the issues that we have? What you would like to do? And we take pictures about that. And believe me, people want to share. They were so happy at the beginning when I said we will be doing that. People don't want to open their door, which, you know, it resonates. All this economy that resonates in me. And people want to share. So we will help them to share their project and to do a collaborative DIY. We will facilitate education around that, and we will facilitate change. So this will change our company. Castorama, as a 47 years old company, will have to change radically in order to do that. Now I've finished my sort of politician speech. I will try to take my second act, which is being an operational CEO of a company, how we will get there. What we will do. So we will build an ecosystem which and that's it. Yeah, I don't say it. So we will build an ecosystem, and the first, what is very important in this ecosystem, as I said, is really it will involve everybody. It will involve customer, it will involve tradesmen, it will involve doers, serious DIYers, and it will involve, and that's the most important thing for me, employees. The second thing is we will map what this ecosystem will be, as we've started to do, and that's why we are here with these 40 people from Castorama. We will understand, we will map, we will help it to grow, we will be part of it, and finally, we will evolve with it. So I will share with you, and again, it's something which is not in our nature. You know, when you are a retailer, we are not coming from the open source mentality. We don't share anything, you know. We are obsessed by the competition. We hide everything, you say. If you do it behind, they won't know what we do until you will be ahead. I think what we've been understand is that if you want to have any form of leadership, this time of you, I think, at the back is finished. If you want to be the leader, you have to share and you have to show, because you will get contribution for the others. So the first initiative we will develop is a wiki. So everybody knows, especially in this audience, what a wiki is. What is interesting is that it will be a wiki with everybody. The second initiative is startups. we've started already to work with some startups, and tonight on the Péniche, you will have the opportunity to meet some of them. So what is interesting for us, of course, it will be started around our core métier, we say, our core home improvement activity. It's to learn how they do, because they are doing things in a completely different way that we are as big companies, and we believe that we have a lot to learn from them. So it will be partnership, it will be exchange of knowledge, of ways of working. I don't know still what all that will be, but anyway, we started already. The third initiative is about Troker. Troker, and it's interesting, we've been launching, it's a platform where people can exchange. Let's say, I know how to do plumbing, I give you 2 hours of plumbing, and you give me 2 hours of gardening. So it was really 3 years ago, so we were not late at that time. It was really an attempt to enter this collaborative economy. It was a big failure. Why? Because we didn't put our employees in it. So we were not linked with any social media, because I even don't know if we were knowing that Facebook was existing at that time, and Twitter. So we had no link with all those things. We did it on our own, completely separately. And as you can imagine, it didn't work. But the idea was great. I think there is something which can we can meet the customer with that, and so we will relaunch it in a different way. The third initiative is an Uber-like things. What do I mean? You know Uber, the car company. You know, if you are not a DIYer and you wanted to do some work in your home, that the biggest nightmare is to find a tradesman, and the biggest nightmare for a tradesman is to manage all the administration around it. So the idea is to create a platform when we will have tradesmen, when we will put into relation tradesmen and people who want to improve their home and are not able to make it themselves. Next one, Barcamp. We've already started. I think we recently learned what it was, and we really believe that it's very adapted to change the way we work and to change the mentality of the company. And so we started already to work like that, and it works very well. And I think people really enjoy to work like that. And then next one is the MOOC. Again. It's about, you all know what the MOOC is. To be fair, I think 3 months ago and even never heard about it. And we will create MOOCs to share the knowledge about home improvement, and we've started to work very concretely on that as well. Open innovation, as I said, and I don't know, it's probably the less advanced in terms of thinking. The idea is that because, you know, we've been doing home improvement for 45 years, so we have knowledge, we know things about it. We have 53 million of customers, so we can do something with it, and we will share it in a very open manner with everybody. And again, the idea of that is that we will have people who will contribute, and we will grow our knowledge about home improvement. And last but not least, the last things we will be launching is the 3D SAV. For instance, and I don't want to be disrespectful with La Poste, which is the big sponsor of the company, but everybody is talking about 3D. When you are reading the press and the newspaper, it feels like, you know, that the new El Dorado, and that everybody will have a 3D printer, it will solve everything. We've been looking at what it is in depth, and when you are looking with people who are serious about 3D, it's not as easy as that. It's long to do in terms of printing. You need different materials, you need different machines. So I don't think that to put 3D printing in a Castor store would be a good idea right now. Probably it will be in 5 years' time. I don't know. Anyway, we've taken the problem in another way. One of the issues that we have in our activity is about the parts. You know, you are buying a power drill, you are buying lots of different stuff in our store, and some of the parts are breaks. And in the economy today, what you are throwing your stuff and you are buying a new one. We haven't talked a lot about sustainability today because it's not the core, but that's something we are very kind to look at as well. And the idea of the 3D printing is that we will be able, with 3D, to print all those parts. So the product will last longer. And the second initiative we will do on our own brand is that on our own brand we are owning the design, we are owning all the specification of things, and we will put that in a completely open way, which means that if you buy tomorrow, and I hope some people will, tomorrow a power drill in Castorama, even in 15 years, you will be able to repair yourself your machine. And that's it, basically. So Castorama is about really to leverage the collaborative economy. We want to become more human-centric. We want to we really want to share. We want to become human and home improvement-centric, and we want to create a home improvement ecosystem. And I think we would like to take the leadership in that space. Thank you very much.